Hey guys, welcome back to a new episode of Gunpla TV. We are now on episode number 283. I am your host Todd, and I am once again joined by
Lindsay.
That's right, welcome back. Are you ready to talk about some new Gunpla this week?
Yes, I believe you showed off the box for an MG last week. Is that correct?
So for today, the review, we have the Master Grade Jegan. That is now built and completed and quite green.
Yeah, it's actually a different color than I imagined.
Right, it's really minty fresh.
But yeah, we'll take a close-up look at that in a minute, right?
In a minute. All right, but for new releases, we have a couple of new things that came in over the past couple of weeks and last week. So the first one that came in was the Galbaldy Rebake. Now,
yeah, I was looking at this one on the site. He has a huge weapon, huh?
Right, I really love this style of mobile suit because it's quite bulky and it's got like big legs and big feet and big arms. My favorite kind of mobile suit. So I think for sure I will get this guy built. But also we have here this one just came in, the Gundam 00 Diver Ace.
Right, the upgraded version of the main characters.
That is correct, and if you remember, so this is Build Divers kit number 9. So Build Divers had a kit number 0 in the series,
right?
And that was the original Gundam 00 Diver. So now we have an Ace version of this suit. So some slight changes, it looks like, some new weapons and whatnot, but basically the same 00 suit that we are used to. Now there was one other thing that came in that I was really wanting to kind of take a look at, and that is actually not by Bandai Hobby, but it is designed to work with Gundam Build Diver model kits. Really? That is, and this is the Minipla Gundam Build Divers Super Shock Gundam. This is kind of cool because it's like those what do you call it, the gachapon type things.
Right, the trading items, the minifigures.
The trading items. But on our site you have to buy like the whole box. If you go to a grocery store here in Japan, you can just buy the individual boxes, but we only sell it by the large box on our site, and you can combine all of those individual small units to make one giant large.
How many are there in here? 5?
I think there are 5 in
the Shock
total,
Gundam,
right?
The SG Gundam, the SG Char type Zaku,
right?
The SG
New Gundam and the Sazabi. Right, and this is pretty cool, and the image on our site shows how this can be connected to an HG kit, for example. Like it can plug into the arms, and so you can have like Sazabi like as the replacement for an arm. So that's
kind of interesting.
Right. It looks really crazy.
This is black and white, but the image on our website is super colorful because all of these kits are like very different colors, red and green and white.
Yes, they are, and this was really, really cool looking, so I was kind of hoping that I could take a look at this. So it is still available on our site as of today, so we'll have to see. All right, so also there was another option set that came in, and this is the Binder Gun. So one cool thing about this is not only does it come with the binder guns, but if you look on the side of the box, it has a bunch of joints. So this kind of set is something I really liked from the original Build Fighter set. Was sometimes they would come out with these sets that would come with like a bunch of little ball joints, and this is excellent for customization work. So that is something really cool and something fun to have available, because that original Build Fighter set that had these ball joints, it's kind of the availability is a bit spotty. So
I see.
So it's nice to have a second option to get those joints. All right, so shall we take a look at the Jegan?
Yep, let's do it.
Okay. All right, so it's time for a new Master Grade. And this
I can tell you're excited.
Indeed. Actually, usually I'm kind of so excited kind of for Master Grades, but for this one actually I really liked it. This is the RGM-89 Jegan. So I think a lot of people have been really looking forward to this one. Jegan's a quite popular suit, and this is one of those mobile suits that there's like a million variations of. So I have a feeling that this is probably not the only time that I'm ever going to build this mobile suit. So because of that, when I was building it, I was kind of really hoping that maybe Bandai would take some care with designing this kit and making it a great kit. And I can actually happily report that I was really excited to build this. I was really happy with the building of this kit. Okay. Bandai did a pretty great job on designing this kit, I feel. And one of the great features about this kit that you do see on a lot of other Master Grades is there is absolutely no polycap joints on this kit. So everything is just hard plastic or kind of that hardish, softer plastic that Bandai uses. And this kit, one thing that I really like, sometimes kits you get this kind of, I don't know if it's like a feature or just like identifying something about the kit, but this kit is really kind of like stiff and solid. I like being able to hold a kit by one leg and it doesn't like flop around.
Oh yeah.
So it's a really nice and solid kit. That's what I wanted to say. When I was building this kit, it's a really nice and solid kit. Another great thing about this kit that Bandai did a pretty great job with, I think this kit has some pretty great articulation. So the shoulder joint, let's start, and they point this out on the side of the box and whatnot, but the shoulder joint has like the ability to kind of like pop out and slide. So you're going to be able to get some pretty great movement or pretty great posability with the shoulders on this guy. Of course, he has a double jointed elbow there. And of course the legs as well. So we see this usually in a lot of other mobile suits, but it's always great to see it. And the leg as well. The foot as well has a nice kind of swivel. Let me see if I can kind of pull that. A nice swivel joint in there. So you got some great movement for the ankle on this kit, as well as the ability to pose the toes. So the center of the foot doesn't bend at all, but you are able to get some kind of toe action on in there. And then you can see the color separation they have. Being Master Grade, of course, you can expect some great color separation. Actually molded in plastic.
No stickers there.
Not stickers. This kit does come with stickers. Actually, let me, as I'm mentioning the stickers, let me grab the sheet so you guys can see this. The stickers that it comes with. So it's basically what you can expect. You get a bunch of kind of like safety markings, numbers if you want to number it up, and some of the other marking, EF, SF markings and what have you. The only one that I actually did apply, and the only one that it tells you to apply in the manual, is this round dot, which is going to be used for the, and you can kind of see it on in there, the mono eye underneath that clear blue plastic. So that gives it a nice, great extra little touch. Of course, Master Grade, you have the cockpit door that will open up and you can see the pilot figures just chilling out inside. So you got some great, some other great color separation on the shoulders. This is actually plastic, not stickers. So, and here in the shield as well, you kind of have those red plastic molded rockets kind of sticking out. And for the rifle, you have a clear blue, what would you call that? Gun scope, gun sight type thing.
That's
there.
not a sticker?
That's not a sticker. That's actually a clear blue plastic piece. So that was quite great as well. And of course, color separation going on here onto the waist.
So before I forget, I do want to show off this one page of the manual here, which shows the inner frame, which we don't usually show off on the show. And you can just really see how posable this guy is.
All right.
And
it's got some great posability
Todd
there.
wanted to point out that this does not come painted, these pistons right here.
Those pistons are just molded in black. Somebody went through and painted the pistons on this kit, so, or on the example for the manual, I should say.
But yeah, it's just really neat to see inside the kit, you know, what's going on.
Right.
It doesn't come with translucent parts either.
Not
This
yet.
is just Bandai showing off.
There might be, who knows if there will be a special edition someday that'll end up coming with more parts and what have you. Clear parts, I should say. So another thing I should mention also, this kit doesn't have like those movable jointed fingers. It comes instead with the fixed posed fingers, so you can just kind of swap them out on the hands itself. Actually, this one fell off on one of the hands there just a little bit ago. So yeah, you have some options as far as what you can do with the hands on this kit.
I do want to talk about the color real quick.
Okay.
The camera shows kind of a whited out version, but it's a bit more green in person.
Yeah, that's...
There's a lot of light being reflected up here.
Yes.
But it is a bit darker than what you're seeing on the camera right now.
Right, it is really kind of, I just like that term, like mint green. It's a really mint green. You know, a long time ago I had a car that was mint green.
You know, I think this kit would look really good with some weathering.
Well, but there's not a whole lot of like scribed panel lines on this kit too. So,
but I just want to dirty it up. I want to. It's so mint green. I just want to take it and
roll
weather
it through some
bit.
dirt. Maybe just go out into the rice field and
not real dirt.
Dump it in the mud, and that's some true weathering.
That'd be great.
But yeah,
it is a very unique color among the normal Gundam you see.
It is
so
indeed.
It's definitely going to stand out. I also really like the orange
for
thrusters,
the thrusters, right?
And the other
backpack.
parts.
You get a really big one on the backpack there.
They do stand out against the green as well.
All right, he's going to be flying through space pretty fast with these things. Oh, you know what? While I had that upside, I just remember there's one movement feature that I forgot to mention. This kit has that kind of extra leg joint that can swivel. So the legs can independently move,
cool.
like swivel there on the hip. We see that sometimes with other kits, and they have included that with this kit. So yeah, it's got, as I was mentioning, this kit's got some really great movements, and it was a really, really solid build. So I really enjoyed this kit. It was a fabulous build. Great articulation, solid construction, pretty great design. Pretty simple too. It actually didn't take a whole long time to put it together.
How many hours would you say?
Oh gosh, how many hours? You know, the problem is I kind of like do other stuff as I'm doing it, so it's hard to
keep
count
track.
the total number of hours. But if you just go at it like really quick and just knock it out as fast as you can, it shouldn't take too long, to be honest. But yeah,
all right.
Highly recommended if you like Jegan's, if you like Master Grades, if you're a fan of solid Gundam builds, and I really highly recommend this kit. So that's it for the Minty Fresh Jegan.
He is very minty.
And he's new and fresh,
refreshing.
Right? It's a great mobile suit.
It's a cool suit.
It is indeed. It was a great build. So, highly recommended. All right, so do we have any comments from last week's episode?
All right, our first one comes from Aya Fujimiya, who said, "What can you say about the legendary and Sunrise plan for a live-action Gundam movie?"
Okay, you know what I can say is I'm looking forward to it. That's what I can say.
There have been a ton of, anime made into live-action movies,
right.
and they're really hit or miss. Like, I watched the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure movie, and I actually really enjoyed that. I thought, at least until the end, they stayed pretty close to the source material, despite not having a lot of time. But then I've also seen others, like the Full Metal Alchemist one was just...
Right.
It strayed a bit too far from the manga and anime for me. I thought they cut too many corners. It was fun to watch, I guess, but yeah. So I want to see what they can come up with.
Right. Well,
for
this
Gundam movie.
This is being developed by a Hollywood studio, not Japanese studio.
Right.
So, do they really know the subject matter? How well do they know it? How faithful are they going to be? It's going to be an interesting question to see. It
would be cool if it was done by the same director as Pacific Rim.
Oh, Guillermo del Toro, I think his name. Guillermo. I can't pronounce it. If he was the one doing it, I would hope that the mech combat would be a bit faster paced, maybe.
Anyways, look forward to seeing what they can do. Hope
yes,
it's
indeed.
Good. I always try to stay hopeful with these American anime movie releases.
I remember the hope for the Warcraft movie. There's going to be a Warcraft movie.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was decent, I thought.
Anyways, our next comment comes from Enrico Asa no Hoshi. I almost missed the no Hoshi part. Who said, "I'm excited about GBWC this year, even though I can't enter in my country." What about you, Todd?
Okay, this is something that I've always kind of thought about. Someday I want to do it. I'm going to build a really awesome mobile suit, and I'm going to enter.
Tell people what GBWC means.
Gundam Builders World Championship.
Okay, so it's a contest, worldwide
It's a contest for creating customized Gundam, and they have, you have to enter locally in whatever country you're in. So They just recently, last weekend, I think they had a show in Australia where they had the competition for the GBWC, I think, if I remember correctly. So you enter your local country, and then at the end, after all the country's winners have been selected, they have like a main tournament here in Japan.
Oh, okay.
Where they then select like the main winner for all around the world for the Gundam builders. So, but the judging for this tournament can be a little bit subjective, I guess. So it's a bit hard to say who's going to win. You see some really awesomely made mobile suits, but then they don't end up winning. Something else ends up winning. So it's a bit of a challenge. But I mean, it's something that I would like to maybe do someday. But then I would be entering here in Japan.
Yeah.
And the Japan part of the competition is really always pretty insane. Like just the amount of work that these people do into these Gundam model kits is just.
You know what we could do
quite
instead?
Crazy.
We could do a playing with Playmo contest again. You guys remember that?
Then I wouldn't be able to enter.
Oh yeah, that's true. But you could be the judge.
Yay!
Anyways, we should think about that again, though.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Someday.
You want to see another playing with Playmo contest?
Right. Okay.
Well, anyways.
All right. So
that's it for the
that's
comments.
it for the comments. So let's move on to the prize giveaway,
Yeah.
which everyone is probably tuned in here for. All right. So it's that time again for 2,000 yen HobbyLink Japan store credit, and this week's winner, thanks to the random number generator, is going to comment number 10.
Oh.
Hey 10. And you are Space Rat, and your comment is, I'm not really into the SDs overall. Their look just doesn't appeal to me. However, I really am looking forward to getting the Master Grade Jegan someday. Well, Mr. Space Rat or Mrs. Space Rat, you never know. Congratulations on winning. You can possibly put that 2,000 yen towards a Master Grade Jegan of your own, and I'll be contacting you shortly about that.
Yep, and we'll put that right on your HLJ account.
That is right. All right, so if you also would like to win 2,000 yen HobbyLink Japan store credit, all you need to do is go to hobbylink.tv, find Gunpla TV episode number 283, and post a comment. It's as simple as that.
I don't know how you always remember the episode numbers. I forget them every week. But anyways, yeah, so that's all you got to do. But, you know, if you want to post a comment on YouTube, too, we'd really appreciate it. We do read all the comments and appreciate what you guys say. So, yeah, we'll be looking out for your comments.
Okay, so is there anywhere else they can find us?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Todd. In addition to YouTube, you can also find us on Tumblr, Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, and links to all of those are on HLJ.com.
Okay, that about does it then for this week's episode. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope you were all enjoying a nice and toasty hot summer if you're in the northern hemisphere. If you're in the southern hemisphere, though, it's a nice cool winter now, I guess, though. So lucky you guys. And that's
we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week.